The 4th of July weekend was supposed to be about sparklers, lake water and red, white and blue centerpieces, but for anyone watching Kim Kardashian's Instagram closely, it turned into something far more revealing than a holiday recap. Tucked inside a breezy carousel of family photos from a getaway in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, was a single image that fans immediately zeroed in on. One that said more in a single frame than months of paparazzi photos and red carpet sightings ever could. There was Kim, smiling easily, standing beside her boyfriend Lewis Hamilton, while her 8-year-old daughter Chicago squeezed into the shot between them. Grinning like this was the most normal thing in the world. Because for the first time publicly it was. This wasn't a stolen paparazzi photo of the two of them slipping into a private jet, or a blurry shot of them holding hands somewhere far from home. This was Kim herself, choosing to show the world that Lewis Hamilton isn't just a boyfriend anymore. He's someone her kids know, someone they ride bikes with, someone who shows up. The photos didn't stop at that one selfie either. Kim's carousel painted a full picture of a weekend that looked less like a celebrity flex and more like an actual family vacation. There were shots of Lewis riding dirt bikes alongside Kim and 3 of her children, sparklers lighting up against the Idaho sky, cartwheels on the lawn, four-wheelers kicking up dust. It was the kind of unfiltered, joyful chaos that comes with a house full of kids on a long weekend, except this time there was a 7-time Formula One world champion in the middle of it, apparently just as invested in the water balloon fights as everyone else. Kim captioned the post simply, "Summers at the lake with my favorite people." A caption that reads almost deceptively casual for a moment that fans and insiders alike have been waiting for since rumors of this relationship first started swirling back in February. Because let's be honest, this romance did not begin quietly. It began with a Paris hotel arrival caught on camera, the kind of sighting that sends the internet into an immediate spiral of screenshots and theories. From there it built with the steady, unmistakable rhythm of a couple falling into place in full public view. Even while Kim herself stayed coy about confirming anything outright. There was the Super Bowl appearance, the two of them photographed together enjoying the game. There was a trip through Tokyo. There was the Monaco Grand Prix, where Kim was seen cheering as Lewis crossed the finish line in second place. A moment that read less like casual support, and more like a woman watching her partner do what he loves best. Then came the Instagram official moment in April, followed by a summer that has felt increasingly like the arrival of two very public lives merging into one. But the kids meeting Lewis, and more than that, actually bonding with him, is a different kind of milestone entirely. Anyone who has followed Kim Kardashian's post-divorce life knows how fiercely private and protective she has been when it comes to North, Saint, Chicago and Psalm, the 4 children she shares with ex-husband Kanye West. Dating in the spotlight is one thing. Letting a new partner into the actual daily texture of her kids' lives, the lake trips, the holiday weekends, the pickleball games in the backyard, is another matter entirely. And it's not something Kim has done casually with previous relationships. So when insiders started talking earlier this summer about how the kids were reacting to Lewis, the industry took notice. A source close to the family told Us Weekly that Hamilton had met and spent real time with all 4 of Kim's children, adding that he loves being around kids and that it's been genuinely fun for him. Chicago and Saint reportedly can't get enough of the fact that their mom's boyfriend drives race cars for a living, which, to be fair, is a pretty easy sell to an elementary schooler. One insider even joked that Kim has unlocked a new tier of parenting status altogether, becoming the cool mom simply by association. And there's something almost funny about how far back the Kim and Lewis connection actually goes, long before any of this became a headline. The two have crossed paths for well over a decade, dating back to a 2014 GQ Men of the Year event where they posed together, Lewis dating someone else at the time, Kim still married to Kanye. It's the kind of detail that makes the current romance feel less like a sudden Hollywood pairing and more like a slow burn that finally caught. 2 people who have orbited the same rooms for years finally landing in the same place at the same time. Whether that timeline is coincidence or something more poetic depends entirely on how much you want to romanticize it. But either way, it adds a layer of history to a relationship that could otherwise be dismissed as just another celebrity fling. What makes this moment stand out from the usual dating rumor cycle is the sheer volume of real-life markers that have piled up in just a few months. This isn't a couple limited to red carpet appearances and staged photo ops. There was a Broadway date night in May. There was a video of the two riding bikes together through New York City, Kim nearly wiping out and laughing about it afterward. There was PDA on a beach trip back in April. And now there's this, the unmistakable image of a partner folded into the rhythm of family life, riding dirt bikes with the kids, wearing custom Hamilton-branded merch alongside Kim and her sister Chloe, who joined the lake weekend with her own 2 children, True and Tatum. The extended family dynamic on display, Kardashians and Thompsons and now seemingly Hamilton too, all mixed together at a lake house for the holiday, is the kind of scene that used to be reserved for the most serious, most established relationships in Kim's orbit. None of this means a wedding is imminent or that Lewis Hamilton is about to become a permanent fixture at every Kardashian family function, but it does suggest a shift that fans have been sensing for a while now. Even Lewis's own colleagues in the F1 world have started commenting on how visibly different he seems this season, lighter, happier, more at ease both on and off the track. One broadcaster remarked directly to him during a recent fan event that he seemed like a much happier man this year. A comment that landed as much bigger than small talk, given everything swirling around his personal life. For a driver whose career has always been defined by intensity and precision, there's something notable about watching him unwind into dirt bike rides and sparklers and holiday chaos, with a woman's 4 kids climbing all over him like he's always been part of the crew. Kim Kardashian has spent years building a brand around control, curating exactly what the public sees and when they see it, so the choice to share these particular photos, unguarded, warm, full of her kids' unfiltered joy, feels deliberate in its own quiet way. She didn't need to post that selfie with Chicago wedged between her and Lewis. She chose to. And in doing so, she gave fans exactly what they've been waiting months to see. Not just confirmation that this relationship is real, but proof that it's the kind of real that includes bedtime stories, dirt bikes, and lake weekends, the unglamorous, deeply human parts of a life that no amount of paparazzi photos could ever capture on their own.